That's the difference between a handsome man, just a guy who looks good. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with his face. He might even be in shape, right? But he still can't. He's not in control of his dating life. You know what I'm saying? He's at the mercy of his looks. His looks are not a tool. His looks are a lottery ticket, really. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Marv of a Matter back with another video, and today what I'm going to talk about is the difference between handsome and attractive. Right? The difference between handsome and attractive. They are not the same thing. Now, oftentimes attractive men are handsome, right? It's a part of attraction, obviously. Looks are a part of attraction. But you have handsome guys who are not attractive. Right, these guys they have all the features that you're supposed to have. Right, there's nothing wrong with their face. You can't point out anything wrong with their face, but when they walk in a room, girls don't care. You know what I'm saying? They walk in a room, girls don't care. They talk to girls. Girls just want to be friends with them. They don't have, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna get there's a percentage of girls that they're gonna get just because they're handsome, right? And they can live off that. They could be cool. Like, you only need one woman, right? So they're gonna be cool, but that's not the same thing as being an attractive guy, right? An attractive guy can get not only the attention of multiple women, but get those women to actually want and desire him, right? A lot of times, handsome guys will only get the attention of women. That's the benefit of being handsome, right? That's what it gets you. It gets you the attention, and then with the attention, you can do a lot with that attention, right? That's the difference between a handsome guy and an average guy. Average guy doesn't. He has to do something first to even get the attention, and then once he gets the attention, he still has to do more work to get her to engage and be attracted. A handsome guy doesn't have to do that. He gets the attention. She's already like partially attracted to him on the physical side, right? So he's like, most of the work is done if you're handsome, but there's that little bit, that disconnect, and you guys know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you've been in that situation where a girl likes you, but you couldn't close it. The gap is that little gap. You couldn't close it, and that's because you lacked attractiveness in that scenario. It might have been your sex appeal was off. You know what I'm saying? Your energy, your vibe, your aura, your confidence. You know what I'm saying? There could have been the way you speak, the way you carry yourself. Something about it was off, and you couldn't close the deal. And that's the difference between a handsome guy and an attractive guy. An attractive guy knows how to close that gap. He knows what to do. Like, he has an awareness of the situation. He has an awareness of himself. He understands women. You know what I'm saying? The way he carries himself, the way his vibe is. You can feel it. It's palpable. You can feel everybody knows. This is not, I know, nothing sweet, but like, everybody knows when you see a dude and you're like, yo, he gets girls. Not because you look at him, not because you look at his face, not because you're like, oh, the angle of his jaw is this, and oh, his eyes are tilted at this angle. Like, it's not that. You know when you see a dude and he got like an aura, he got like something about him that's like, yo, I bet you he gets girls. Usually he's dressed nice, right? Usually these guys are dressed nice, and they're clean, and they're well put together, right? They look like a player, right? We know what players look like too. You know what I'm saying? The dudes, the 90s dudes that was just like, Mad Smooth, the R&B singer types, like, we know these guys, right? We know what they look like. And those are the guys that are attractive to women. Usually they have a way that they carry themselves too. They're usually like on the calmer side. They usually, you know what I'm saying? When they're around women, they're cool, they're calm, they're collected. You can see when they're engaging with a woman, like, oh, he's about to bag her. Like, it just looks natural. And then you see guys who, it doesn't matter what their face looks like. It doesn't matter what anything, like, the physical aspect of it. You can see when they're talking to a woman, it's way more like jittery, and there's some anxiety, there's some nerves there. Like, you like, okay, she might be into him, but this could go wrong. This is a luck of the draw type thing. He might get her, he might not. But when you see a dude who's calm, collected, you know what I'm saying, he's seductive to her. You know what I'm saying, he's being seductive to her. You can see the difference. Like, growing up, right, I always was a fan of Trey Songz, right? Trey Songz was the guy. if you around my age, like around the 30s, and especially if you black, you know Trey Songz was the guy, bro. Girls was feeling him. He was one of the smoothest dudes during that era. Like out of the R&B singers, out of like the Chris Browns, the Marios, Omarions, whatever, Trey was the one who was like the ladies' man. And he just, the way he carried himself, I used to watch like interviews because that was my guy, you know what I'm saying? So I used to watch interviews, and the way he would talk to girls, it was so smooth, it was so calm, you know what I'm saying? It would be playful at times, you know what I'm saying? Like he was just very comfortable in the situation, and you knew, if he wanted her, he could get her, right? You just knew it. There was an aura about him, there was a way that he carried himself. There's other dudes like that, I can't think off the top of my head, but there's a difference, right? And the way you get that difference is you have to get like a sexual confidence in yourself. I've talked about sexual confidence in terms of women, right? Women have a sexual confidence, and that's what makes them, you know, approach a guy or not approach a guy, or say a certain thing about a guy, carry themselves a certain way with a guy. But it's the same thing for a guy. Like if you have that confidence in yourself sexually, like you gotta know you look good, right? You have to know you look good. You have to know that if it comes down to it, when you get to the situation, you will handle her. You know what I'm saying? You have to know, like, yo, if I get it, she's not gonna want to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Like I've talked to my brother about this. Like when I was younger and I didn't have as much confidence with girls, and he did, I would be like, yo, what is it that makes you so confident with women? And he was like, man, he's like, I know if I get in bed with her, she's not going nowhere. Like, I know I'm gonna tear her up. You know what I'm saying? One of my OGs, he said the same thing. I was talking to him about it. He's like, bro, I know if I get her in this bed, she's done for. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of it as well. You have to have that confidence in yourself, that sexual charisma. You know what I'm saying? You have to know, like, I'm sexy. I know these girls like me. I know they want me. You know what I'm saying? Then you carry yourself in that way, and that's the difference. That's what closes the gap that I was talking about earlier, where you can be handsome physically, you are handsome, it's a fact, but if your energy doesn't match that, you know what I'm saying, if your energy is not up to par with your looks, you're still gonna get girls. I'm not saying you won't get girls, but you won't have that, like, you won't be that attractive guy. Your close rate is gonna not be as good. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna leave the same impression on women. It'll kind of just be like, oh, you know, like, okay, so I've said before, like, if a guy could be handsome, right? But if another guy's handsome and he has other qualities, a girl will choose this guy, the lesser handsome guy, over the more handsome guy, because he has these other qualities. Well, an attractive guy is going to be chosen over a handsome guy. He doesn't have to look as good, but if he has that vibe, if he turns her on sexually, if he makes her feel certain things, you know what I'm saying, gets her emotions going, he's gonna get her. And it's because he knows, he's confident, he knows how to move. He has this patience with attractive guys, right? These guys who can get women, they're not in a rush, they're not thirsty for women. They're patient, they're able to be patient because they have that confidence, and they know, once I get her, it's over. They know that, she knows that. Everybody knows that, and they let it happen. They let it happen naturally. Attractive guys who are good with girls, they don't force things. They never force it. And if they do, they're like, all right, well, it's a choice. I'm choosing to force it in this situation. They're not forcing it out of a scarcity mindset or out of a feeling like, oh, I better hurry up and get to her. You know what I'm saying? Because they already know I could get another girl. They're in control of their dating life, right? Like me, and this is a more recent thing, I'll be real. You know what I'm saying? Within like the past 3 years, you know what I'm saying, of my life, where I feel very, very confident when it comes to women. I feel very comfortable. There's no rush. There's no need to like, oh, I'm gonna lose her. You know what I'm saying? I already know when I go anywhere. I was saying to my friend, because we was talking about it earlier, I'm like, bro, I've never been anywhere where all the girls didn't like me. I've never been anywhere where that's happened. Like, wherever I've worked, wherever I've gone to school, you know what I'm saying? If I take a class somewhere, like, I always hear, oh, all the girls were feeling you, all the girls were feeling you. It's just, it's something that I've now come to know, come to believe. And so I carry myself in that way. I know wherever I go, if I'm interacting with women, it's gonna go well. So you know what I'm saying? I've transitioned from just being, when I was younger, I was just handsome, right? So girls would compliment me, they would tell me all these things, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know, you know what I'm saying? It was like 50-50, if maybe even less than that, chance that I would close if I got like one-on-one with a girl. Now, if you put me in a room with a girl, any girl, it's over. Like she doesn't have a chance, bro. I promise you, 9 times out of 10. That difference is the confidence which allows me to have that sexual charisma. You know what I'm saying? And there's a sexiness to the patience, right? There's a sexiness to the lack of, like, to the nonchalance, really. There's a sexiness to that differentiates the handsome man from the attractive man. Right? It's that aura, it's that energy, it's that vibe, it's that confidence, like I said. Right? So that's the difference between a handsome man, just a guy who looks good. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with his face. He might even be in shape, right? But he's not in control of his dating life. You know what I'm saying? He's at the mercy of his looks. His looks are not a tool. His looks are a lottery ticket, really. His looks are like a lottery ticket. It's like he might get this one, he might not. You know what I'm saying? He gets more chances than the average guy, but he still has no control over the situation. The attractive guy, he has control over the situation. He has, like I said, awareness. He has energy. His energy is calm and patient when he's dealing with women. He knows where it's gonna go. You know what I'm saying? And that's attractive to women. I said it in my last video, leadership is important. Like, an attractive guy knows how to lead a woman. A guy who's just handsome, he's being led by the women. You know what I'm saying? He's being led by the women. A lot of times guys will think, like, when I talk about handsome man's game, that it's like feminine, right? Like, it's like, oh, you're just at the mercy kind of the women. You need to go be a man and blah, blah, blah. That's not true, right? A wise man doesn't just run out and just go off and do whatever, right? A wise man sees what comes to him and then he leads it where it needs to go. And that's what the attractive man can do. He lets the girls come to him, let them show their interest first, let them do their thing, and then he leads them where he wants them to go. The handsome man, the girl comes up, he's like, oh, I hope something good happens. Right? That's the difference. So you want to be the attractive man. So you need to work on the other things. Looks maxing is great. You want to be handsome. But it only matters it only matters up to a certain point. And then it's excess, it's extra, right? It can help but the higher your looks go, the more game you gotta have. You gotta have, when you look crazy good, you gotta have game. You have to have game, because you'll scare women away if you don't. If you're fumbling around and acting weird as a super handsome guy, I know people think it doesn't matter and you can just do whatever, but that's only with a small percentage of women that's gonna fly. And it's usually the women that are not that attractive. An attractive girl is gonna expect a guy who looks really good to have really good social skills and carry himself really well, aka have game. So yeah, that's the difference between the handsome guy and the attractive guy. And you want to be the attractive guy so that you have control over your dating life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you want to be. So work on these other things. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. Drop some other qualities in the comment section. You know, we all learning here. So if there's anything that, you know, you can add to the attractive guy, you know what I'm saying, the qualities, put that in the comments for other guys to know, for us to all grow, learn. Coaching calls in the bio, coaching calls in the description box. Follow me on Instagram, and you know what it is. It's Mind Over Matter, Marvel Over Matter. Let's get it.